Welcome to our guide on how to replace the FOC 3.0 controller on the Endeavour 3 GT. The screws securing the deck are hidden beneath the grip tape, so we need to lift one corner of the grip tape. Then, use a 3mm hex wrench to remove them. To make it easier for everyone to see where the deck screws are located, I removed some of the grip tape to expose the screws. This should help you understand better. Once all the screws securing the deck have been removed, you can take the deck off. Pull the clip shown in the video, then remove the power cable from the bracket. Hold both ends of the power connector with your hands, then pull firmly to disconnect it. Tear off the tape on the bracket that is used to shield against interference signals. Disconnect the two antenna connections on the antenna adapter board. Push the antenna adapter board in the direction of the arrow shown in the video to detach it. Next, let's disconnect all the wires from the lighting module. The last wiring harness on the lighting module can be difficult to disconnect. It may be easier to remove the lighting module from the bracket first. Use a 2.5mm hex wrench to remove the screws securing the bracket. Please do not use a power wrench to remove the screws here. Use scissors to cut the zip ties securing the antenna. Next, you can take photos to document the connection points and order of the wiring harness to avoid mistakes during reassembly. Disconnect the wire connecting the controller to the power wire. Please pay attention to the latch on the connector. Locate the hall wire, then remove the insulation tape at the connection point and disconnect it. Please note that the wiring harness indicated by the arrow in the video cannot be taken out from the edge of the controller. After disconnecting the hall wire, we will start disconnecting the motor phase wires. We have added heat shrink tubing for insulation on the phase wires. If you find that any heat shrink tubing is too long, and wraps around the wiring harness, please use scissors to cut the outermost heat shrink tube. Continue using a 2.5mm hex wrench to remove the screws securing the controller, and then detach the controller from the electric skateboard. Since thermal grease has been applied under the controller, please push towards the battery side while removing the controller. Before installing the new controller, take out the new thermal grease, remove the plastic films from both sides, and apply it to the heatsink. When installing the new controller, make sure to place the hall wire on both sides of the controller and tidy up any other interfering wiring. Once you confirm that no wiring is pinched, begin tightening the screws that secure the controller. When tightening the controller, alternate tightening the screws diagonally. The purpose of the heat shrink tubing is to isolate the live wires and prevent exposed copper from short-circuiting. If you find any damaged heat shrink tubing, or if it cannot be reused, please use the heat shrink tubing included in the package. Use a heat gun to heat the heat shrink tubing until it shrinks tightly. Next, proceed to connect the power switch. Please ensure that the power cable is placed above the motor phase wires. Next, we need to install the bracket. Before installation, please organize the wiring on the controller so that the phase wires are aligned in a straight line and gathered together. Connect the hall wires and secure the connection with electrical tape. After securing, arrange the hall wires to both sides of the controller. Take out the bracket and thread the antenna through the hole in the bracket. If you encounter difficulties, you can install the antenna by routing it from the outside into the slot at the end. Gather the phase wires into the notch of the bracket and press the bracket down. Check to see if any wires are pinched and adjust their position as needed during this process. Next, pass the other wire harnesses through the reserved holes in the lighting bracket. When installing the lighting wiring near the power connector, to avoid pinching the wire harness, it's common to pull the harness to the inside or outside of the base of the clip. After all wire harnesses are in place, we can begin installing the lighting module. During installation, you need to pull the clips on the bracket. Next, start connecting the wire harnesses. Note that the area indicated by the arrow is for connecting the front light, which operates at 12 volts and is different from the tail light. Make sure not to connect them incorrectly to prevent a short circuit. During installation, be sure to tighten any excess wire harnesses to prevent them from being pinched while securing the bracket. Next, we will secure the antenna. Take the zip ties from the package and fasten the antenna to one side of the bracket slot. Then, tighten the zip ties. Reinstall the antenna adapter plate by aligning it with the bracket slot and pushing it in smoothly. Take the tape used for shielding interference signals and stick it onto the antenna adapter plate. Reorganize the wire harness once more, then gently place the bracket over the fixed screw holes. At this point, check to ensure that no wires are being pinched. Use a 2.5mm hex wrench to install the bottom screws of the bracket. Please do not use an electric wrench to tighten the screws on the bracket. Tighten them by hand until you feel resistance to avoid unnecessary damage. After installing the bracket, the first thing to do is check if the wire harness is pinched. Once confirmed, we can proceed to turn on the power. Press the power button on the skateboard, then turn on the remote. Long press the skateboard's power button until you hear a beep. Then, simultaneously, press the buttons on either side of the remote screen to complete the pairing. At this point, please push the throttle and long press the function button to turn on the lights and check if everything is working properly. Once the tests are successful, we can reinstall the deck. When installing, please be careful not to compress or deform the waterproof seal of the deck. The video ends here. Thank you for watching.